Good to see you.
Hello, everybody. Eric Worre here, and I'm so excited that you decided to learn how to become a master at social media. That's what we want to do inside of this social media mastery program, a step-by-step guide to improving and growing your network marketing business using social media. So as we start, let me tell you why I decided to put this program together. Here's what it is that we do inside of network marketing. People ask me what we do. It's very, very simple. What we do inside of network marketing is we sell products and services to customers. That's what we do. Very simple. Instead of using traditional advertising and marketing channels of distribution, we use word of mouth. We use a network of distributors to share those products and services and the benefits of those products and services with potential customers, and we sell those products. That's what we do, okay? Now, how do we do it? In the most simplistic form, we do it three basic ways. One, from our personally selling products and services to our customers. When we go out there and we tell the story and we share that product and service with someone who can benefit from it and they become our customer, that's one strategy, is what we do. Second, and what makes network marketing unique, is we grow and we expand a network of other distributors who are doing the same thing. That's where the leverage comes in inside of network marketing. That's what makes it so special. When you can get a large group of people to do a few simple things consistently, wow, amazing things can happen. And the third thing that we do is we work to improve the productivity of the network that we built. It's one thing if you have a big network and nobody's selling anything, it's not very valuable. But if you have a network of distributors and they're all very productive, telling the story, talking to prospects, building their customers, servicing those customers and clients, then that's very valuable. So in a basic form, that's what we do. One, we sell. Two, we expand a network. And three, we work to improve the productivity of that network. Now, why social media? Here's the thing. The world has changed. The world as we know it has radically shifted in the past 5 years or so. And it's accelerating at warp speed. I want you to think about something for a second. It will sound like an old fogey for a minute here, right? Think about how our habits have changed in just the last few years. Think about entertainment. When most of us were kids, television was our form of entertainment, wasn't it? Maybe go to the movies, but TV was King Kong. I have a 10-year-old son, Dominic, and he couldn't be less interested in television. Guess where he gets his entertainment? YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, through the games that he plays on the internet, right? That's where he gets his entertainment. He doesn't care about that stuff. Maybe Netflix. So many people today that they don't watch television anymore. They just watch Netflix. Or they watch videos on YouTube, or they watch whatever's on their Facebook feed. That's where they get their entertainment. So the habits have changed dramatically in just a few years. So second, think about news. Where do you get your news today? When I grew up, there was the 6 o'clock news and there was the 10 o'clock local news, national news. That's where you got your news. That and the newspaper. The newspaper and television is where we got our news. That was the trusted source. Now we get our news. We know instantly when something happens, major story happens around the world. You hear about it on Twitter. You see it on Facebook. There's videos about it everywhere. People are posting. People are racing to see who can post it first. And you get immediate access to what's going on in the world. So our news appetite and the way we consume news has completely changed. Third, games. Instead of telling the kids to come in from playing all the time. Now we're telling the kids to get out there and play because everything has changed dramatically when it comes to games. You don't go to the arcade anymore. You go to your computer. You go to your phone. And it's not just kids. It's adults. I mean, look at all these crazy games, Candy Crush and whatever. These adults are just going crazy with their phones or their tablets, their laptops, playing games. The way we enjoy games today, in today's world, has radically changed. Take a look at communication, how we communicate with each other. We have just now tipped into the society that gets a little bit irritated when we get a phone call. Now, that just recently happened. Just in the last few years, everybody just decided, you know what? I'm done talking on the phone. I just rather text. And that's what everybody has done around the world. The way we communicate, by a text, by a direct message, by a SMS, by a Skype, WhatsApp, all these different platforms to communicate. We communicate with our family and friends by posting on Facebook. I mean, we communicate completely different than we used to. And the interesting thing is, you think about connection. Our habits when it comes to connection with other people, the strange kind of dichotomy here is I feel more connected to my family and friends today than I ever have because of the internet, because of social media. I have literally thousands of people who I consider to be my friends, and they consider me to be their friends. Thousands and thousands all over the world. And most of them, because of the realities of the world, I haven't seen in 5 years or 10 years. But every time I see a post from them, I smile. Every time they see something from me, we stay connected. We say happy birthday. We send a message here and there. But through text, through direct message, through social media, we're connected on a meaningful level. I don't consider these people casual friends. They're serious friends. They're special friends. But geography has caused us to be less face to face, but the emotional connection is still there. If I just post something, for example, on Facebook, and some friend that I haven't seen in 5 years likes it, and I see that they liked it, there's a mutual connection that happens without us even being in the same room. It's the most amazing thing. But just think about our habits, how they've changed, how most people, when they get up, first thing that they take a look at is their phone. Most people around the world, they're looking like this all the time, all day. They're checking their phone, they're checking their messages, they're taking a look at Facebook, they're taking a look at social media, whatever the social media platform is, they're posting. And all the traditional old school methods of connection and advertising and marketing are starting to fall by the wayside. And these companies are just rising up and serving a need in the marketplace. So there's no question that social media is a phenomenon around the world. And I just want you to understand, on social media platforms alone, worldwide today, and understand every number that I give you is likely to be immediately out of date, but I just want to give you some context, okay? Currently today, in the world, there are approximately 2.34 billion people connected to social media networks. 2.34 billion people, and growing every single day. Now, of that 2.34 billion, Facebook is King Kong. 1.71 billion people connected on Facebook alone. It's just a monster. YouTube has over 1 billion users. It's the most watched video platform on earth, including all of the television channels combined. It's just massive. Instagram, over 500 million users. Twitter, over 300 million users. LinkedIn, Pinterest, over 100 million users. And those players, Snapchat is skyrocketing recently. This is where people are spending their time. Some people ask, is this just for kids? Oh, that's just for those millennials. It's just for those young kids. And, they're the ones doing all the social media. Well, let me give you some statistics. Right now, 18 to 24-year-olds, those quote-unquote millennials, 18%. They comprise 18% of all the people that are connected on social media. Now, if you're 25 to 33 years old, that is 23% of all the users. If you are 35 to 44 years old, that's 19% of all the users. If you're 45 to 54, that's 17% of all the users. And if you're 65 or above, that's about 10% of all the users, but that group is the fastest growing group on all of the social media platforms because those people are connecting with their kids, they're connecting with their grandkids, they're getting their news, they're connecting with their friends, they're realizing this isn't so scary. So what do you see when you see all those numbers? It's everyone. It's not just one group, it's not just one age group, it's not just one demographic, it's everyone. It's all over the world, and we need to figure out a way to blend the benefits of network marketing and what we do offline with what we do online. Here's what I think we can all agree. This is now part of our culture, number one. Number two, it's not going away. It's only going to accelerate. It's going to get more interactive. It's going to get more technologically savvy. Here's what I love and appreciate most about the social media thing. It helped me and continues to help me find and connect to my existing friends. So if you're thinking about your network marketing business, who you're going to talk to, it'll remind you, how about this person? How about this group of people? How about that? It'll constantly help you connect with those people that you already have some type of a warm connection with. You know them, they know you. It expands your reach. It allows you to go beyond that neighborhood. It allows you to go beyond your small town. It allows you to go beyond your city or your country. It allows you to expand your reach to a broad group of people, like-minded people. It'll introduce you to people. The people I've met on social media are just amazing. So many of my friends that I've met on social media, really good friends I met on social media. It will build and it will strengthen the relationships that you have because of the consistency of being able to interact. If they like your post, it's going to strengthen your relationship with them. You're going to like them a little bit more. If you like theirs, if you comment, if you connect, if you send a happy birthday, if you do whatever you're doing using your social media, it actually strengthens the relationship. They can see what it is that you're all about. And if they align with that, it's going to strengthen their connection with you. It's going to strengthen their trust with you. It builds rapport between people. And here's the big thing that I want you to understand. It will help you build a brand. You have an opportunity to be able to create a brand now that will help you have constant and never-ending prospects to talk to about your products and services, prospects to talk to about the opportunity that you have inside of network marketing. As you create this brand, and I'm going to show you step by step how the best people in the world did it, you're going to be able to effortlessly have unlimited people to talk to about your network marketing business. And that's what we're trying to accomplish here with this program, how to blend social media and network marketing. And through this course, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my personal experience with you. I have 7 years of observation and looking at the social media platforms. And I will tell you, I've watched a lot of mistakes. And a lot of what you're going to hear in this course is how to avoid the mistakes that I see so many people do. I see people destroy their own personal brand. I see people create a bad name for network marketing. I see people engaged in lazy marketing. I've seen what hasn't worked. And one thing that's caused me to be really concerned about going too far into social media as far as broad-based, because here's the thing. We have to come up with a strategy that duplicates. We can't just come up with a strategy that works just for you. It has to work for everyone within your organization that's willing to learn it. I've seen all of this cracking of the code, and I'm trying to figure out how to do this. And what I'm always interested in is, can we find a blend between offline strategies and online strategies? And can we find a way that make that duplicate, make that continue to grow beyond just one individual person? The only thing constant in our world is change, especially now. Technology is just changing so fast. Platforms are changing so fast. What is hot today didn't even exist 3 years ago. I mean, it's just moving so fast. So just understand, the platforms are going to change. Okay? So don't get hung up on the platform. Don't get hung up on the jargon. You just understand the concepts. The concepts are going to remain the same. Here's what entrepreneurs do. You're an entrepreneur, I'm an entrepreneur. Here's what we do. The world changes, we adapt. Somebody gets elected into office and they change the rules, we adapt. Their government comes up with some new structure, we adapt. Social media changes its rules, we adapt. That's what we do. We adapt. We're okay. As long as we understand the concepts, we adapt. Now, if you're just getting started with this, maybe you have a Facebook profile, but you haven't done anything with it, right? Don't be intimidated. Just understand, I'm going to guide you through this step by step. And progress is perfection. Progress is perfection. So long as you get started and you keep improving, you get better every single day, you can build a brand here. You can attract more people, friends, followers, and fans. You can get more prospects than you ever have time to talk to. You can add more customers and more distributors to your business, and you can duplicate it with people in your organization as you expand your business around your country, or even if your company allows it, around the world. So I'm excited about this. I'm excited to be able to get into this. So the next module we're going to talk to is how you, regardless of your experience background, can start to build your personal brand. So I'll see you in the next module. We talked about why social media. Let's get into helping you find your brand. You may not know what that means. What do you mean, finding my brand? Let's talk about what a brand is. Make no mistake, you're a brand right now. If you're on social media, you are a brand. You are branded in a certain way that may be getting you a certain result. And if you want to change the result, you might need to look at repackaging who you are and what you stand for. A lot of people are out there on social media doing what they think other people, what they see some other people do, so they're trying to replicate that, or they're saying what they think other people want to hear. That's not what it's about. Let's talk about what a brand is. Something that's recognizable, something that people either like, respect, or at least it's interesting. You might not like or respect Kim Kardashian, but she gets followed because people find her interesting for whatever reason. You also know in a brand what they stand for as a person. If you're thinking about a person as a brand, what do they stand for? What do they stand against? So think about some of the brands that you might know. Think about any person. Like a pit bull, for example, Mr. Worldwide. He came up with that concept consciously. He dresses in really sharp suits consciously. This was a decision of how he wants to represent himself. I got to tell you, when I decided I'm going to learn this, so I reached out to my friends. I said, who knows somebody in social media that's an expert? Who do you respect? And I reached out to several people, and I actually paid a person who was very good at social media. I paid that person as a consultant. I hired them as a consultant to teach me. Teach me what you do to build a brand. Teach me what you think I should do. Here's my passions. Here's my interests. What should I do inside of this network marketing space? Because I see a void and I want to be able to serve this community. So I set out to learn what the people before me had done in order to be able to establish what was my brand going to be. I'll tell you what my brand is today, okay? One of them is entrepreneurship. I'm a fan of entrepreneurs, and everybody knows it. You know, it's not perfect, but it's better. Everybody knows that I'm in the corner of the entrepreneur. I believe in entrepreneurship. If you have an entrepreneurial bone in your body, you should explore that urge, and you should scratch that itch, and you should go out there and try and change the world. So that's one. Second big piece of my personal brand is network marketing. I am an absolute the strongest supporter of network marketing on planet Earth. I believe in it from top to bottom. I'm willing to debate it with anybody in the world because I'll win the debate. They can't win the debate with me about network marketing because I believe in it so strongly. And that's none of that's just an act. That's what I absolutely believe. And I've decided to put that into my brand of what I was going to do in the world. Third is professionalism. Why do you think I called the book Go Pro? I love network marketing, but I'm also frustrated with the fact that so many people are amateurs. So I put professionalism as a big piece of what it is that I stand for, what I'm known for. Go Pro is what I'm known for, that this is a profession, not just an industry. That's what I'm known for, okay? Another is personal growth. I stand for learning and growing and reading and studying and not only do I promote that, but I personally engage in it. I am authentic in that aspect that I'm really all about personal growth, and I have been because network marketing promotes personal growth so much. It's a perfect blend for me. Another thing, people ask me what I do for a living, and part of my brand is I'm a professional encourager. That's what I do. Every day that I get on Network Marketing Pro, I'm encouraging the people that are watching, hey, you're doing the right thing. Hey, I'm proud of you for facing your fears, right? I'm just encouraging all the time. You can do this. You can do this. You can do this. It's part of my brand. Another part of my brand is I'm a validator. Hey, you made the right decision. You're the smart one. They're the dumb ones. The other people that don't understand network marketing, you can have pity for them or compassion for them, but don't believe them because you're the smart one. So I validate every day in what I do. The secret sauce of encouraging and validating is a big part of my brand. Another one is I'm sincere. People come up to me all the time and they feel like they know me because we have this conversation like I'm having with you right now. I sincerely want to help. I give a damn about people's success. I really care about the audience. I treat it with an enormous amount of respect. I'm humbled by it, but I'm sincere in my desire to help, to encourage, to validate, to promote, to do the things that I want to do. And another piece of my brand, as I was thinking about it, putting this program together, is competence. I know my stuff. I really do. I know it like a few people in the world don't. You can't stump me. There's not a question you can ask about this business that's going to have me all backpedaling and nervous. I'm competent. I know this stuff solid. So if I'm talking to somebody, I think people follow and people recognize and engage with my brand because they know I know my stuff. I'm not just guessing. I'm not just a poser. I'm not just pretending. I know my stuff. So entrepreneurship, network marketing, professionalism, personal growth, an encourager, a validator, that I'm sincere, and that I'm competent. That's my brand. So as you're thinking about that, okay, I want you to think about now your brand attributes. So here's the exercise for you. What are you known for? What do you stand for? I need to make this distinction. When you think about your brand, and here is one of the biggest secrets we got from the 77 experts that weighed in to help us create this course, is your brand should not be about your company or about network marketing. Now, hear me again. Your brand should not be about your company. Some people are involved in your company. You have that on your cover photo, and you have that everywhere, and you got all the swag, and it's big, and it's bold, and it's loud. And frankly, you chase people away when you do that. Same thing about network marketing. Now, it can be about entrepreneurship. That's fine. But here's what I want you to think about when finding your brand, okay? Finding it. What do you stand for? What are you known for? What are you against? What are your passions? Think about those types of things as you're starting to find your brand. Think about your interests. Let's say you're absolutely interested in fashion, and you want that to be part of your brand. I'm interested in fashion. And if you're posting stuff about fashion all the time, and you're talking about fashion, and this latest trend, and this latest thing, and this latest design, this really cool thing, pretty soon people who recognize that and like it, and they have common interests too, they're going to follow you. They're going to start interacting with you, aren't they? So if you think about, let's say your passion is raising kids. You want to be the best parent in the world. So talking about that passion of being super mom or super dad or single mom or single dad or whatever it happens to be, something around kids, then other people who have kids might be attracted to that, might find that interesting, might find that valuable, might find that helpful, might think that you're kind of connected at the heart, and they might start interacting with you. So think about gardening. Let's say, how many people do you think garden and are really into gardening, flowers and plants and fruits and vegetables around their house or in their house? Tons, millions and millions and millions of people around the world. If you just focused on gardening and tips about gardening and suggestions about gardening and interviews with top gardening experts and all these different kinds of things, I know what some of you are thinking. What does this have to do with my network marketing business? Everything. Here's why. You attract people by your actual passions, and then you can let them know about your network marketing business after you connect with them as friends. You can let them know, hey, here's how I have an opportunity to do the gardening that I do because I have this business that supports me and provides income for me, provides free time for me, provides freedom. Okay? So I want you to think about your passion, the thing that's automatic for you, the thing that's natural for you. Let's say you're a sports fanatic. I love the Minnesota Vikings. I will tell you right now, if I wasn't doing what I was doing right now, I could build a brand around being the Minnesota Vikings superfan, providing news and updates and information and editorial and commentary and feedback and interaction with fans. And how many people do you think are Minnesota Vikings fans around the world? A massive amount. A massive amount. Now, I'd have to work to differentiate myself from anybody else out there, but if I did, if I was really focused on it, I could do it. No question in my mind. And within a couple years, everybody within the Vikings organization would know my name. And most of the fans around the world that were Minnesota Vikings fans would also know, hey, you know about that Eric Worre superfan guy? They would all know. And from that, do you think I could convert those people into prospects for my product or service if I was a distributor network marketing? The answer is of course. This is the secret sauce of what the people do. These 77 that we've interviewed, this is the secret sauce. They talked about their passions, they attracted like-minded people, and then they converted those people into prospects in an elegant way that didn't offend anybody, didn't violate any policies, procedures of any platforms, made people feel comfortable. They got people to come to them because of their passion. Let's say you're really into photography. If you talk about photography, you become a trusted resource. You become a place where people go, hey, if you're into photography, you got to follow this guy. He's amazing. He reviews every single new camera that comes out. He tells you about the latest lighting thing, and here's the best memory thing, and here's the best stand for this, and here's the best tripod for that. He's amazing. Or she's unbelievable. She's the best. You want to talk about weightlifting, if you want to talk about anything that you're passionate about, mountain climbing, it doesn't matter. You pick it. The more obscure, the better, because you'll be able to attract people that are really into it. So think about your interests. I want you to right now make a list of the things that really drive you and are part of your passion, where you spend your time, what you love. Okay? It can be movies. You review movies and talk about movies. You can be the movie person. It doesn't matter. But I'm going to show you how to be the best at it, whatever that passion is. Okay? You figure out that passion. I'm going to show you how to be the best at that passion. But it's really important that you find this brand. I think if you build your brand around your passion and you build a relationship and a connection, I'm going to teach you how to connect with those people. I'm going to teach you how to post in a way that is attractive to people, where you find your natural audience. I'm going to teach you how to do that, how to expand your brand, expand your reach. But finding your brand is critical at the beginning. Think about the brands that you know. There's something about them. You look at like an Emerald, the cooking guy who's bam, bam, he do that stuff with the spices. That was his brand, right? So he threw that stuff in there. Or Rachel Ray, down the cooking side. She's just all empathetic and fun and bubbly. Or a Gordon Ramsay, he's just all angry, pissed off all the time and yelling at everybody. That's his brand. Simon Cowell's the bad guy. Paula Abdul was the sweetheart and hugging everybody. And Randy Jackson was dog, 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 all this stuff, right? They understood. And if you want to look at brand attributes, go study some of the brands. Go look up the top 100 most followed people on Facebook. Just go check that out. Google that, the top 100 on Facebook, and you will see all of these brands, and you'll see immediately when you look at them what they stand for. Okay? You just know it. You see a Vin Diesel, he has a very particular brand. You see a Will Smith, he has a very particular brand. A Pitbull has a very particular brand. Kim Kardashian, very particular brand. And you can develop one too. And you're like, well, I've never done anything like they've done. It doesn't matter. Stand for something. Be known for something. Stand up against something. Now, I would encourage you, unless it's really your thing, try not to put too much controversy and when it comes to very controversial issues into your brand, or politics into your brand, or religion into your brand. You can do that if you want, but just understand that once you go there, you're stuck there, right? If you just go, I'm going to be a Republican, that's going to be my brand. Okay, fine. Just understand that the Democrats are never coming. If you want to be, I'm going to be a Democrat, then the Republicans are never coming. If you're just going to be all Catholic all the time, well, then the Protestants probably aren't coming. Okay, so just understand that you're going to divide sometimes that way, and sometimes I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, it's a strategic thing. If that's really what you're about, let that be your strategic thing, that's fine. But find something that you believe in, that you are passionate about, okay? That you can build on, that you will have fun talking about, that you can bake into your brand and make it, my goal for you is as you find this, a year from today, everyone in your world knows what you stand for. Everyone in your world recognizes you as that, and they can tell you the attributes of your brand. Everybody in your world. And you've expanded and you've grown into doing a little bit more than that. Okay? So let's talk now about how to start. Now that you've found your brand and you go through this exercise, you find your brand, how do you just establish it onto the social media platform? My strong recommendation is, regardless of your interests, regardless if you're a Snapchat fanatic or Instagram or you love Twitter, no matter where you are today, every single one of you, in my opinion, at this moment in time, needs to start on Facebook. You need to start by building your personal brand, your personal page on Facebook. Now, after you get that built, then you can expand it into your other platforms if you want to. But start, every one of you, I will tell you for network marketing at this moment in time, start with Facebook and then expand from there. Now, just to know this, that if that changes at some point in the future, it doesn't matter. You're going to take these same concepts, you're going to apply them onto those other platforms. So let me talk to you about some basics, okay? First is your personal profile photo. Does that photo reflect your brand? And again, I want you to go and take a look at some of the big names, the big brands in the world. I promise you, their profile photo represents their brand. Is it friendly? Is it bright? Does it have attitude? What are you dressed in? All that stuff. It needs to be a picture of you, recognizable, identifiable, and in alignment with your brand, okay? You can take your camera and have somebody get some good lighting, wear something that represents your brand, take some great shots until you have something that says, yes, that's the one. That's the one that represents me. That's going to be my profile picture, and leave it your profile picture. You can maybe change your profile picture once a year. You should not change your profile picture because it changes your brand. That little thumbnail is where people recognize, do I want to interact with this person or not? It's really important. That photo is consciously created and it is consistent. And take 1,000 photos if you need to, or hire somebody. Every one of you has a friend that's in love with photography, every one of you. Have that friend say, can you come over and help me take an amazing photo of me? and have them come over and take 1,000 shots until they get one that's amazing. Okay? So have it reflect. If your brand is about sassy attitude, have that photo reflect the sassy attitude. If you're all business, have it reflect business, right? If you're friendly, have it reflect the friendly personality that's inside of you, whatever it happens to be. But make sure that that's close, it's on your face, it's not anything else, and it reflects your brand, okay? Now, it's going to be subtle in the reflecting of your brand because your brand is a lot of things. You're not going to be able to see it necessarily in a photo. But if you go take a look at all the top stars in the world, you'll see what I'm talking about. This is your first impression. It's very important that people go, huh, that's interesting. You know it. And when you look through the people that maybe you should friend up, or Facebook is suggesting that you friend up, if they have an awesome photo, you're likely to click on it. If they have some distant photo, if they just look sharp and in charge and energetic, big smile on their face, you're like, oh, okay, maybe that person. But if it's distant or some weird photo or some photo of some trees somewhere or whatever, it's like, no. So your profile photo is very, very important. Second thing is your cover photo. The cover photo inside of Facebook is vitally important that it reflects your brand. It reflects what you stand for. And again, I want you to go look at the big names on Facebook as an example. What are the big, most followed people? What do their cover photos look like? What do they represent? Now, it should not be your company name. It shouldn't be your products. Decide what you want it to be. This is your personal page now. We're going to talk about business page, fan pages, all that stuff too. Don't worry about that. This is your personal page. What do you want it to stand for? How do you want to represent yourself to the world? Because this is initially how you're going to be attracting people. So think about a photo that would, maybe it's a composite of different parts of your life. Maybe it's one photo that represents, maybe it's a great visual background with a saying that kind of defines who you are, or your mission statement in life, or what you want to represent. Your brand is kind of laid out inside of that photo. It's different for every person, so I can't tell you exactly what to do, and I'm not going to show you a bunch of successful people network marketing examples, because then that creates a distraction again. I don't want to create any distractions. But think about this, and I want you to take a day and go do some research on cover photos that you love, and then find a version that's similar to your brand and make it, then use that as a kind of an example to create your own. So the cover photo is very, very important if you want to attract people that are like-minded with you. Okay? So not company, not network marketing, but it can be those other things. Look at what other successful people have done and model that behavior. But make sure this is done right. Make sure you really pay attention to it. Don't just slap something up there. Okay? Third thing in the basics is the about section, the thing that describes you. Now, inside of this about section, it should not say, I am a blankety-blank distributor for blankety-blank company, and I'm looking for blankety-blank people to join my blankety-blank opportunity. Okay? That's what most people do, and it's a mistake. Those people don't attract people. You think you're getting people to join your business with that? You're not. Now, I'm not saying hide from your business, but what I'm saying is in your about, in your bio, you need to be, and this is what we've heard from all of the people that gave us input on having success in recruiting using social media, okay? The bio needs to be a reflection of your brand. So for me, I'm passionate about network marketing. I love entrepreneurship, you know what I mean? Those types of things. The professionalism involved in it. Here's what I stand for. Okay, it doesn't need to have necessarily all the emotional attributes, but at least what you stand for, what you stand against, and you describe it in pretty good detail. Think about this. Your brand needs to be reflected in all of that about stuff included into your Facebook profile. And you need to make sure that you have contact information in there so people can find you. You put your email address in there. You put a phone number in there that you want to have in there for people. And you use that to be able so people can find you and put all of your ways to connect. If you're on other social media platforms, find me here. Okay? But here's my phone number, and here's the hours that you can reach out to me, or send a text message. That's better, or whatever it happens to be. Make sure that the basics of this, your profile photo especially, your cover photo, and your about information, all of the information about you, has information that's attractive to the group that you're going to be trying to attract. Make sure that that reflects your brand, and it's light, and it's fun, and it's upbeat. People want to be around energetic people. People want to spend time with, or at least follow. People are interesting. The number one rule is don't be dull. Don't be dull. You can rant every once in a while. You can do this every once in a while. You can jump up and down every once in a while, but just don't be boring. Okay? People are already bored. They're looking for some entertainment. They're looking for somebody that, hey, maybe this energy will rub off on me. Okay? So I'm going to teach you what to put into this, what to start posting, and how to start growing your friends, and what we call the 3 Fs: your friends, your fans, and your followers. Friends, fans, and followers. How to grow that network. In the next module, I'm going to teach you how to start expanding your brand and start to attract those people. But the first exercise of this is to really get your brand represented onto the platform, and just start wherever you are. It doesn't need to, you don't need to take 3 months to do this and have one final thing. I'd rather you start now and adapt and make little changes. No, I don't like that photo. I want to change this cover photo. No, I need to adapt my profile, my about section. I need to adjust it. I need to edit it. Just do that, because little progress is perfection. We're going to continue to be making little adjustments for forever. I continue to make little adjustments to all of my social media platforms. And the biggest thing with all this is do some soul searching and try to really identify what you stand for. And I promise all of you stand for something. All of you can be known for something. All of you have a passion inside of you that you can build a following around. You can have people wanting to be your friend, people wanting to interact with you. I'm going to teach you how to do the same thing if you're consistent, and if you're persistent, and if you'll pay attention to creating the brand that really reflects you. Okay, so that's your homework for this module. Next module, we're going to start talking about how do you expand your influence. Okay, so I'll see you there.